Oh, I heard about this. People told me that they're going after Obama.
There's been a lot of issues with Trump.
Dude, that's crazy. He's like the big final boss guy. They're going after him, like, actually.
There's been a lot of issues with Trump appointees not delivering on promises, but former Democrat Tulsi Gabbard seems to be different, as President Trump recently alluded to arresting President Obama.
Who should the DOJ target as part of their investigation? What specific figures?
The leader of the gang was President Obama, Barack Hussein Obama. Have you heard of him?
I like how he adds the Hussein in there. You think he does that on purpose? You think he does that because of Saddam Hussein? That he just like kind of throws it in there, like.
It's there. He's guilty. This was treason.
And today, Tulsi laid out the
This is fucking crazy. Like, if this is true, this is crazy.
evidence.
I heard that like it had to do with allegedly he knew that the whole Russia hoax thing was a hoax, and he still pushed it anyway, despite knowing that it was a hoax.
Which, of course, CNN is censoring.
Of the U.S. election. On December 5th.
We've been listening there.
And the thing is Tulsi is not even like a hardcore Republican, really. She ran as a Democrat. And then she like basically like joined Trump because she realized they were kind of crazy.
To the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, continuing to attempt to back up.
So like I feel like Tulsi would like it almost seems like people like Tulsi and RFK would have the most credibility for just wanting to do the right thing.
The quite extreme allegation that President Obama is guilty of treason and that he worked.
As this is what CNN doesn't want you to know.
The stunning revelations that we are releasing today should be of concern to every American. This is not about Democrats or Republicans. There is irrefutable evidence that detail how President Obama and his
irrefutable evidence. That's a crazy standard. Irrefutable.
national security team directed the creation of an intelligence community assessment that they knew was false. In the January 2017 intelligence community assessment, they knew.
Let's take a look at this here. So, real intel assessment, Russia lacked intent and capability to hack U.S. elections. Putin had no preference for either candidate. Donald Trump wins 2016. POTUS briefing pulled. IC pulls product that would have contradicted the Russia hoax narrative. Secret Russia meeting. Obama officials meet to plan Russia hoax. Obama orders. So we actually gave an order, apparently. IC is tasked with a new assessment to claim election was hacked. Oh, man.
Was false. In the January 2017 intelligence community assessment that President Obama ordered.
It's a distraction and fake, says Tazato. What makes you say that?
John Brennan, who was CIA director at the time, and the intelligence community intentionally suppressed intelligence that...
Because Trump is desperate, but this isn't Trump. This is Tulsi Gabbard. She's a different person. She doesn't even look like Trump. She's not even the same gender.
Showed Putin was saving the most damaging material that he had in his possession about Hillary Clinton until after her potential and likely victory. There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers. The intelligence community mischaracterized intelligence and relied on dubious substandard sources to create a contrived false narrative that Putin...
Man, this would be, guys, this would be so fucked. If this actually gets, if this ends up being like real, this would be so fucked for them because Obama is like their hero. Obama's like their King Arthur, you know?
Developed a quote-unquote clear preference for Trump.
With Tulsi actually referring this for prosecution.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
You see the difference? The difference is, Tazato, is if Trump gets accused of doing something illegal, I want to know. I actually do want to know, like for real. Like I personally want that information, and I would want him to get busted, to be honest. So for me, it doesn't matter if it's Trump or if it's Obama or whoever. If they're engaged in some like scummy activities that is not what's the best for the American people, then I'm against it. And I want them to be exposed. I don't care who it is.
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even
accused is not the same as guilty. True. But I want to know what happened, right? Like I want to know. We should investigate it. If there is evidence that Obama did all this, then they should investigate it. They should investigate it, and if they find, he should, obviously, like, I'm not saying they should just lock him up. I mean, I'm saying that there should be like a trial, right? They should find out what happened. They should have people on that. It'd be the same thing if some stuff happens with Trump and like Epstein. I feel the exact same way. Like, a person's politics doesn't really change how I feel about it, right?
The evidence, correct.
As Trump is actually reposting AI videos of Obama being arrested.
Oh my God.
Now, CNN is desperate to control the narrative on this.
This is hardly information that we should even be repeating. Never mind that it's, some years after the fact, 8 years more than that after the fact.
As their article on these accusations of treason, annotated, which unfortunately is the top results when searching on Google, immediately opens up with, "This evidence is wildly misleading," ending the article with a quote from Trump about how he won by a landslide with their reply, "It was far from a landslide," referencing their own article from 2024, where even they admit they won't know the final results for another month. Never mind the fact that they already knew Trump won every single swing state, with every single state swinging in favor of the Republicans, and the final count just correct.
I heard news. I don't know how true this is, but this is like, again, I didn't research. I literally just heard it just now that apparently like California was trending red because of a lot of people being removed from the voting. The methods of voting that are kind of sus being no longer viable, basically.
That Trump didn't win by 3.8 million votes. It was a measly 2.3 million votes. CNN just refuses to let the facts get in the way of their pre-existing narrative. It's like they write their headlines first and try to circle back.
If anything viable existed on Obama, they would have used it already. But hold on, wait. But didn't you say that Trump was on the list and he was guilty of the? Yeah, that's not consistent.
If they can, otherwise they just cite their last lies, hoping you won't actually look at them. As they recently cried, there's no evidence Obama committed treason.
Why are we talking about this? This is not the issue. You're trying to avoid the subject.
President Obama said that Russia did not manipulate any votes. We should note that because every liberal in America said that was the case.
All right, noted. You're doing everything you're possible not to talk about the fact that the President of the United States, the current President of the United States, just accused a former president of treason and suggested a prosecution of that former president with no evidence.
Wait, hold on, guys. I seem to remember another president being accused of treason by a large swath of the political people.
That is the problem.
And now,
they said that there's Tulsi said that there's evidence.
Our director of national intelligence drops some evidence. CNN doesn't even want to show their viewers what this evidence is, as again, those pesky facts are getting in the way.
Sorry, my personal beliefs don't magically make the files available, but the Republicans are voting to block and distract from the entire Epstein situation at once. But didn't Trump tell them to release it, and didn't some judge block it?
Way of what they want you to think. Never mind the notion that they were all upset over going after former presidents criminally when they themselves ripped that seal off. As remember, when Trump debated Hillary in 2016, he suggested she be jailed.
It's just awfully good that someone with the temperament of Donald Trump is not in charge of the law in our country.
Yeah, because you'd be in jail.
Secretary Clinton.
But once he got in office, he dropped it.
And everybody said, lock her up, lock her up. And I used to go easy, just easy, easy. Then we won. And I said, wouldn't it be terrible? And I lose. Some people are upset when I did this, but you have to look at it maybe differently now. I say, wouldn't it be terrible to put the wife of the president, former president of the United States, into a prison?
Trump supporters were initially angry, but there was a semblance of normalcy when he didn't go after her. And I honestly prefer that period, but Trump going after Obama is something they set up themselves. But shielding their viewers from reality is nothing new for CNN, as they've been covering for the Democrats forever.
Remember, it's illegal to possess these stolen documents. It's different for the media. So everything you learn about this, you're learning from us.
They think it's dangerous for their viewers to access evidence before they sanitize it with their own spin and possibly referencing articles that headline their last lies.
That's one thing I really like, though, is that Trump is kind of bypassing the media a lot. In fact, correct me if I'm wrong, for the the White House press briefings, they actually added slots for non-traditional media, like kind of like X and influencers. They added like a slot for that, and they give them like the priority, like they give them like the first question or something like that. Yeah.
As MSNBC does the same.
2 separate judges affirmed Garcia was a member of MS-13, which is a gang that may be even worse.
We've been watching President Donald Trump there swearing in.
And has been for
these fucking hacks, bro.
For a while.
I need to say that former President Trump has just started making public remarks, just as he did on the evening of his first arraignment.
Really fucking, really doing your job. Really journalisming here. Like not actually covering like what he's saying and just muting him so that you could be like,
criminal charges. That was
so
April
stupid.
When he was booked on 34 felony counts brought by the state of New York. We knew heading into this that he was planning to make these remarks. We are prepared.
I would be just as pissed if like Obama or Biden was doing a speech and then Fox News was like, we're not going to listen to it because it's Obama. Like, it's so stupid.
For his pre-fundraiser remarks tonight to again be
God, just do your job. Just do your fucking job. Put the fries in the bag, as they say.
A Trump campaign speech. Because of that,
as the kids say,
we do not intend to carry these remarks live. As we have said before in these circumstances, there is a cost to us as a news organization to knowingly broadcast untrue things. We and other news organizations have generally stopped giving an unfiltered live platform to remarks by former President Trump. It is not out of spite. It is not a decision that we relish. It is a decision that we regularly revisit, but there is a cost to us as a news organization of knowingly broadcasting untrue things. Right? Instead of the virus being able to hop from person to person to person, potentially mutating and becoming more virulent and drug resistant along the way. Now we know that the vaccines work well enough that the virus
Yo, how many of you guys got vaxxed and you still got COVID? Because I know I did. They told me it's 100% effective. If you get it, you're never going to get COVID. Bro.
Stops with every vaccinated person.
As watching these corporate mainstream media outlets actually make you dumber and less informed than had you just watched Bluey instead. And side note,
Tazuto says the vaccine helps prevent you from dying. That's not what they said, Tazuto. You're changing the entire argument. That's not what they said.
You're okay. You're not gonna get COVID if you have these vaccinations.
Yeah, I want to stay on this subject. I want to get to
man. Oh man, oh man.
Note, I just watched that show with my niece, and it was incredibly captivating for both of us, so please explain to me why in the comment section. But all this is distracting from the fact that the Trump administration may actually go after President Obama, but after the whole Epstein files debacle, my confidence level is sitting at a 2 out of 5,000. So if you appreciate my concise, light-order commentary on the tragic status that is today's reality, subscribe to Decoy Voice.
Another good Decoy Voice video. Love these videos. I'll link you guys the Decoy Voice video and make sure you guys give it a thumbs up and make sure you sub for Decoy Voice is a machine, drops content every day. Crazy.